could tell her yourself.
Isn't that bizarre, Sir Willoughby?
Don't interrupt when someone's barking. You were saying? Well, perhaps if she keeps it up, you should keep on a lead.
Willoughby!
Well, here she comes now.
Willoughby, it's all right. Mummy's here. You know, sometimes you almost think he could talk. But can Willoughby really talk?
Of course he can. It's getting him to stop, that's the problem.
How did you learn to talk dog?
How do you think? You master the grammar?
Practice when you
And
can.
avoid mongrels?
Far too much slang.
Now come along, children. I can't stand around here all day talking shop.
Talking shop? What a silly expression.
There's nothing silly about it in the least.
What do you buy in a talking shop?
Well, conversations, of course.
I've never heard of a talking shop.
Well, there's only one, and it belongs to Mrs. Corey.
Who's Mrs. Corey?
Who's Mrs. Corey? Mrs. Corey is older than anyone in the world. She talked to William before he went conquering, to Vlad before he went impaling, and to Alexander when he weren't so great.
We'll have to call at her shop in the park.
There is no shop in the park.
Remember, anything can happen if you let it.
That's it. We're out of conversations.
Good day, Mrs. Corey.
Well, well, well. If it isn't Mary Poppins with Jane and Michael Banks. She knows us. And how is poor little Georgie? Who? Georgie Banks, your father. He used to give his nanny the slip and come here to my shop in secret.
But it can't have been the same George Banks. That was from over 40 years ago, and no one can remember that long.
Listen, dearie, I remember everything. I remember Georgie used to love my gingerbread. I wonder if any left today. Annie, Fanny, look lively.
Yes, Mother?
There you are. Gingerbread pieces with gingerbread stars. Ah! Georgie always saved his stars. Now, Mary Poppins, what can I do for you?
Well, I did want to announce a conversation.
We're out of conversation and we're right out of words too. You see, we had a lot of chatterboxes. But let me see what we have left. Well, I do have some letters and a bit of back chat. And to answer, you say, that will be 15 letters. Go on, take your pick.
Jane, you can choose 7.
I've got D, G, R, U, C, L, and I. They're no good. You can't make a conversation out of them.
Your turn, Michael. 7 more.
A, F, S, E, T, O, and a P.
And I'll choose an X. Now, let's see. What words can we make?
Well, I see dog and cat.
Routoplex, that's 9.
Lapitoferus, that's 11, nearly there.
Those don't count. You made them up. And where do you think words came from in the first place? Somebody had to make them up.
You know, we can always use the same letters more than once. Now, let me see. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
But that's not a word.
Well, of course it's a word. And unless I'm mistaken, I think it's going to prove to be a rather useful one. When trying to express oneself, it's frankly quite absurd to leaf through lengthy lexicons to find the perfect word. A little spontaneity keeps conversation keen. You need to find a way to say precisely what you mean. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Strange men were chatting, simply grunting would suffice.
If they heard this word, they might have used it once or twice.
Egyptian pharaohs would have passed it in a jiff, but every single pyramid would bear this hieroglyph.
breath before you speak in case it's halitosis.
Yeah! Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
You know you can say it backwards. Well, just
She may be tricky, but she's bloody good.
Cat has got your tongue, there's no need for dismay. Just summon up this word and you've got a lot to say.
Count those 18 consonants and 16,000 spell, and put them in the order, which is very hard to spell. Smarty pants.
I-C-I-C-E-X-C-I